He will be the priest before the people. And when Moshe comes back down from the Harim, he comes back down from the mountain. The people have turned the sanctuary into a strip club. Sexual immorality, all type of immoral, deviant behavior. And Moses got upset. But the Most High still said, Aaron is still my man. He's still my priest. Why? Because whom we accept, the Most High reject. And whom we reject, the Most High accept. In my estimation, Aaron would never have been the priest. Because under his careful watch, under his tutelage, under his leadership, he allowed the sanctuary to be desecrated. But the Most High had other plans. Why? What is the role and the responsibility of a priest? What? To intercede? What? Because Aaron could identify with the hurts of the people, with the pains of the people. When building a golden calf, he can identify. And the Most High said, I didn't need anyone who's going to be so sophisticated and so high-minded that you cannot relate to the people. You know why each of you have come to Nigeria and we're going to Ghana? Out of the 50 people, you know why you were selected? Because you identify with the hurts, the people here and the land. You're called to the cause because you're connected to the crisis. Your hurts, your pains, your divorces, every issue in your life that you have went through have culminated to this point and this moment. Because the Most High didn't need someone who had a perfect life. Just like Aaron, he needed someone who had experienced hurt and rejection and the spirit of abandonment. He selected each of you. You're a disciple. And you thought you were just coming on the tour. You thought you were just coming on the mission trip. But you are working in solidarity with the Most High as his priest here in the land. As a nation of peace. That's why you cannot mediate people whom you can't associate with. You cannot touch, or you cannot identify people whom you cannot touch. And that's why the Messiah said, I touch with the feelings of their infirmities. He could not mediate for us by being in the Shahid, sitting on the right hand of God. He had to come among us, feel how we feel, touch us. And this is why you are here, to touch the people, to identify with the culture, not to be critical. Because you come from a privileged Western lifestyle. You come here to identify with how they live, so that you can be a representation of the nation of Yasharel, a moral voice of the world, the light of the world, a nation of priests, a royal priesthood, a chosen generation. All we have to be. You have thoroughly immensely enjoyed yourself thus far. We got 13 more days. The best is yet to come. Hallelujah. So we wanted to just address and have some dialogue with you. We're going to try to exercise remedy. We'll try to do that to the best of our ability, but we do want to hear from you. Your room situations, how many of you are experiencing some discomfort? Whether it is whether it's issues with the electricity in the room, or maybe something that function, etc. We need to know all of that. All right, not when we leave, we go down. If push comes to shove, we can move you to a new room. So again, for this, we want to make sure that you are comfortable as possible. So we do know we're going to move some of the audio. Because they are in a room, unfortunately, that have some air quality issues. We don't want them in hell. Things don't make themselves. So you see something, say something. Let us know as as soon as you can. If you experience any type of difficulties within your work. Okay. All right. Anyone else have any issues? You are now? Now, things aren't going to be perfect. No hotel is perfect. But there are some things that we're being able to make sure that is quality. Everybody has their t-shirts? So what we're going to do is, I know your schedule says something different. We're going to be, here's a key word. Autoschiastical. Anybody tell me what that means? Autoschiastical. The most I've heard of it, I was a college professor for nearly 15 years, and purging me from that Germanic, Indo-Germanic language. Right? So that you want me to speak Greek. And I still don't understand. Alright? So what we're learning in our culture, right? Language is not just a tool for communication, but it's a tool for culture. Language is key. This is why I'm Greek. You should be speaking Hebrew. So next time you come on the continent, you'll just go speak Hebrew. We're not going to speak Germanic language, right? You're slaves to the language. Alright, so we do have the t-shirts. So you're supposed to wear your yellow t-shirt on May 14th. The 14th. I believe the 14th is the day of the concert. We're going to switch that, and we're going to wear your black shirt on the day of the concert. It says GAI. The next day, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the following day, which will be the 15th, which will be a day before we leave. We leave on the 16th. The 15th, we're going to visit I don't like the word orphanage, but a children's home. We're going to visit a children's home, and that's when we want you to wear your yellow shirt. So on Wednesday, you are wearing Tuesday, you wear your black shirt. On Wednesday, you wear your yellow shirt. That's on page 16 for those who know. Page 16. Yep. So on the 14th, you wear your black shirt. On the 15th, you wear your yellow shirt. Now, we do have every motel that we're going to is going to recapitulate all of the agenda moving forward, because we had to modify our schedule. We had to revise some things along the way. Like, for example, tomorrow we're going to the OPM. I think initially we had that on Wednesday, so we had to modify. Why? Because on Tuesday, meeting we already know, we're going to see the King. Hallelujah. We're going to see the King on Tuesday. So the concert tomorrow morning. OPL. And we're going to share more about what OPL is and what we're doing. Keep in mind, we'll be leaving here promptly at 9:45 a.m. So that's enough time to wake up at 4 a.m., work out, get some breakfast, and get some spare time.
You have to be on time, please.
You have to be on time tomorrow. So 9:45.
Is that for tomorrow?
Yes.
Ready to go.
When?
Say again? Tomorrow, 9:45. 9:45. So next thing you want to address is, everyone has a booklet. This is your only booklet you're going to have for the entire 16-day tour. So make sure that you write your name in it, just in case you get misplaced, and keep it close to you. Our schedule here. So before we get to our schedule, I want to talk a little bit about and have some of those who are native to the land, to talk a little bit about some of the miscommunication as it relates to the Aluma Rock. syncretism means you say you worship the Alua or God of the Bible, but yet you still take homage and respect to other deities. No, we are monotheistic, which means we serve Yahuwah and Him alone. And that's important. And so the idea that we would expose any of you to anything that is anti-biblical, anything that is incongruous to the scriptures, that's not the very pillars of which we stand on. Our values is strictly found in the Torah. And if anything violates the Torah, we will not expose you all to. So keep that in mind. Now, let's swing on the other side of the pendulum. Instead of promoting fear and anxieties and raising hostility in the group, please talk with your group leader first. Or we have Laura Daniel, we have the elders here, we have Andrew, we have Andrew's family. Ask questions. And then with each other. Please do not judge anything before it's time. Trust me, we've been working with people groups for a very long time. And the only change, I got a huge fish tank that I inherited from my mother. And it's like 200-gallon fish tank that goes in my home. And it goes almost wall to wall. And there's fish that we have in there. And if I change the pH balance just slightly, they go crazy. Because they're used to a certain level. Well, our people are the same way. You mentioned one thing about deities or other gods, and people go crazy. They form their own opinions, they become judgmental, they become critical. So what we're going to do moving forward, because you haven't seen anything yet, once we get to God, we want to communicate early and often to make sure that we're not vilifying something that should be honored and deified before the Most High. So it's important. So the Aluma Rock, anybody have any questions? We're going to turn it over to some of the elders. We didn't go because, again, we did not provide clarity. We do know that in the chat they mentioned that it was a deity that people, locals, could look at it for as a spiritual source, a spiritual energy. We find that in Torah, but we tend to have this American, westernized superiority, where we come in here and we dictate as to what we think is acceptable worship and not. And so I think it's although at the end of the day, we have to be sure that we follow our personal consciousness. It's always good to check with those who are native first. Ask questions first before we prejudge. Is that fair? So you want to talk a little bit about the Aluma Rock?
Building houses built on them, road constructed, past through those places. They are no longer being wasted today. And also, when you see the African traditional religion, the way it works, there is a misconception of who we is. Like in Yoruba, they call we misunderstood who the creator is. And then was trying to reach to the creator through certain things that we are not worthy to be giving those references. This was the good. Some of them are still in that today. When we went to the eye, those of us that went to the point of, okay, no destination, and finally to the point of no return. Between the not destination to the point of no return, there is a well. And this well, according to them in those days, there is this superstition belief that when certain temptation is granted and the slaves are made to drink water from the well, that will
as if it's something to honor. I don't want us to educate us to make sure that when we go back, that our source isn't just Wikipedia or the internet. We hear from the people who have experiences for thousands of years. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. I just want to give as an information to, as a traveler, been to Israel, has an opportunity to travel. When we went to the Holy Wall, you can see those stones that are being placed in the Holy Wall. They are being artificial stones that white men have to carve and they place, use some things to place on the walls. When we enter inside, even my wife was telling me, I have this thing in my village, and I saw some white men, prominent people, like from different countries, and they were reading their stone. Have you noticed it? You see them reading their name on the stones that the white men carved, place those walls and all of them. It tells you something. So the time the stones that the people have significance. But they do it their own way. But they have significance. He said, place me an altar with stones. He was not telling you to place an altar with a wood. He said, place an altar with stones, natural stones. Don't do anything there. Don't carve it for me. Just leave it natural. And Abraham sacrificed that stone. But the white men copied it from us, and they were doing artificial. They had to paint the stones, look so beautiful. When you see, you don't recognize that the stone was the same stone that the Most High said to do the altar. That is information. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. For sponsorship and advert placement, please call or WhatsApp this number +234 811 731 0928.
Because we haven't really experienced the land and experienced it. Now we look at the scriptures of a different prison with a new set of eyes. All praise be to the Messiah.
Hallelujah.
Thank Lord Daniel and his beautiful Isha Rose. Teach her some American paganism or but welcome, Rose. We honor you and thank you. So we're going to schedule book really quickly, and Andrew is going to kind of go over the schedule for tomorrow, for the next day. He's going to give us an overarching perspective in terms of what we'll be doing moving forward. On Tuesday, before the concert, it's going to be very important. When we go see the king, we're going to have a certain decorum and attire. We are the war voice of the world, right? So we're going to act accordingly, and we are going to, remember that white we wore yesterday? We need you to wash it off. We're going to wear white when we go before the king. Alright? So then we're going to come back here and change. Then we'll go to the concert. Okay? So you wear white on Tuesday. We'll go see the king. We'll come back here and change. And then you can wear your black G.A.I. shirt with Africa on the back. He's going to share the time.
Shalom, shalom, Mr. Krab. Shalom. Just want to use this opportunity to welcome you all again to Nigeria. I just want to say this, I think I enjoyed this trip more than any of you here. That's just, it's been a beautiful experience just having you all here, and I just can feel the love, and that was what drew me to GAI. So that love, that's that you can just feel it, So I really say so that to all of you all for the opportunity to serve in this capacity. So there are some changes to the schedule, as you can see. Tomorrow morning we are going to the OPL. So OPL is kind Okay. Tomorrow, I think Dr. Howard already mentioned that we are leaving at 9:45. So by 9:30, we all have to be in the bus.
9:30.
9:30 tomorrow. So it's not very far. The initial plan was for us to all walk there, just walk out and go straight there. It's opposite this building here. But because of our emails, and we decided that we'll take the bus. Okay? So because we all want to be together. We don't want some people walking there and some driving there. We want to all be together. So one of the chiefs that we're going to see when we go to the king on Tuesday is going to come and lead us. He made all the arrangements. When we go there, we're going to have a tour guide. That's why we have to be on time, because they have other people scheduled. So we have to be on time, please. So OPL stands for Olufemi Obasanjo Presidential Library. You're going to get a lot of information. A lot of information, he promised. It's going to take 2 hours for that talk. Okay? So our emails, make sure we have their ritual, and we're helping them along, and so we all have to stay together, please. Any questions regarding that? Obasanjo is the name of a former president.
Of Nigeria.
He put all of this together.
Obasanjo, Obasanjo.
Yes.
In English, it means the king will definitely reward. Obasanjo, the king will definitely reward.
Okay. So if you look at the original schedule, I think you have there visit to the tie and dye factory. So we're replacing that first item there with the visit to the OPL library. So afterwards, we're going to go to the tie and dye company.
Number one, it helps us as far as the comfort. That's number one. Number two, it ensures that you are with your group at all times for safety reasons. Particularly when we out in the market. And they go, where's this go? I think Mama Judy, she was with us. I don't know where she at. She's somewhere down the road, patronizing, trying to buy her some tie and dye clothing. We want to make sure that everyone is accounted for. So you will assemble with your group before you're allowed to get on the bus. Now, as it relates to safety, I'll turn back over to everyone. Safety, I know many of you feel like you're in prison. Feel like, man, in Nigeria, I can stay in a hotel for these 4 years safety. We were briefed before we got here from the embassy concerning kidnapping. You get back home to your family is our number one priority. Anything can happen just like that. So I know some of you all just want to go outside and explore. If you're going to do that, make sure you are with your group leader. Male presence is going to be very important. We don't want any of our Aku to be taken advantage of. And people are capitalizing on your vulnerabilities. So our priority is to keep you safe. I know it's time, but it's right. That's very important. I promise you, you're going to have an abundance, a myriad of opportunities to go out and to shop, and to do things and enjoy yourself. But making sure that you stick to the protocol that we have in place is crucially important. We don't want you wandering off in the wilderness with Moses. Don't stay here. Your time for emancipation will come soon enough.
So when we go to Ghana, will our security be just a little more laxed just because they're not as dangerous as we've been told here?
There are some challenges in Ghana as well. Maybe not the same, but there are some challenges as well. So would it be lax?
Like we'll be able to go out. So let's just say my head is Norman's. Let's just say, hey, we would like to go out and maybe to
As long as he's with you? Yeah.
Yeah. So get some fresh. Yeah.
As long as he's with you, if he's going to communicate with the group, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Let me tell you why. We were here 6 months ago, and someone felt like, again, that we were restricting them. They come to just explore Africa. And we did explore Africa. And Kenya, the most beautiful place in the world. And Ghana, and I think by the time we got to Ghana, this person was like, listen, let me manipulate my way out of the system. So we allow a couple who felt it was going to sit, stay back behind at the hotel. Or we felt there was security, we were safe. Well, they told us they weren't feeling good. We come back and only to find out that they took an Uber all throughout Ghana to explore Ghana. Now, what if something would happen to that person? It was a woman by herself. And then we got back, what are we going to tell her parents? So it's very important that we pay attention to the details.
Are people permitted to swap rooms? What's the protocol for swapping and switching to a different room? Is that allowed? If so, what's the protocol?
That's a great question. So in your booklet on page 335, there's a No, just share that with the group leader. We don't want them to be blindsided on anything. And when we meet nightly, we can talk about it.
It's no deal.
I know. Because we don't want to arbitrarily just go to a group. And that group already have a chemistry. We don't want to spend, so we want to talk among the group leaders about the potential of bringing on someone in another group. Another thing is, I know there's a disproportionate numbers as it relates to the number of people. But however, we want you to be on the bus with your group if possible. I know that some people may have comfortability, maybe in one bus, but you should be accounted for. And that's the whole purpose of trying to make sure that you are with your group on the bus.
So our last schedule for Tuesday will be at the Hope Center at 5 p.m. That's when the concert is going to start. I don't know if you all remember that Dr. O had mentioned that we're not going to have chairs for people to sit so that we can have more people in there. So I can promise you that place is going to be filled. There's going to be a lot of dancing, and we're all going to have fun. Okay, so I think the way Dr. O, let me just say that Dr. O is doing everything possible to make sure that we're safe. But we have to work with her. So even when we're there, since we're going to have more people, please
Be more security conscious.
watch out for your team members. Keep eye on them because we're going to have more people that day. So the plan is to get that place filled up. You know, it would have been better to have a bigger place, but we had reasons why we decided to stay in the same location. Maybe next time we can have a bigger place. So let's make do what we have with this, location. And I'm very, very positive we're going to have, a lot of fun, a lot of people coming out. So for you have a question?
Group B is going to be joining us. What's it, 10 people? It's coming from the U.S. Is it 10 people? How many? 12 people. So 12 more people are joining us. And so they'll be coming in reaching Ghana at 7 a.m. If we supposed to be there at 7 a.m. as well, and do not provide that. So we're going to call the airlines tomorrow and see if we can switch it to a later time. Maybe 12 a.m. It only take 1 hour to get it on or to operate. Yeah. 1 hour. That's it. 1 hour. Take on
12 noon.
12 p.m. 12 noon. 12 p.m. That's it. Okay, we'll 12 a.m.
So, if you remember, it took us almost like 3 hours to get here from Badagry. So, if you subtract like an hour, so it's going to take us like 2 hours to get to the airport. So, that's a long time. And if you're traveling internationally, they expect you to be there 2 hours before. Yeah, 2 to 3 hours before. So, if our flight is at 7 a.m., it means that you're going to have to leave here like
4 o'clock.
yes, that's very early. I don't want Mr. Charles traveling at night. So we want to move during the day. We're people of the light. We're not people of the darkness. So maybe this opportunity to just share a quick testimony. Everyone that I told, the Nigerian that I told that Mr. Charles was coming to Nigeria wanted me to get police escort. So I took it upon myself. I challenged Abba Yahuwah. I said, Abba Yahuwah, if you are the Elohim that you said you are, please
Protect our
show
people.
yourself strong and protect your people. So we sometimes have to live by faith, not by
Calm,
sight. So
calm.
I want you all to remember prayer after this. Why, if you read my prayers, I always try to say, please be on guard spiritually. There are altars out there. We can lay spirits in the air and trying to, truncate whatever we're trying to do, and but Abba Yahuwah is stronger than all of that.
Hallelujah.
He that brought you all here is going to take you all safely back to Lagos, take you all safely back to Ghana, and take you all safely back to America. That's